You'll need 4 tools to measure your windows for blinds, shades, and shutters. A metal measuring tape so it doesn't stretch out of shape, a ladder, a pencil, and paper to write down the measurements. Measure each window individually as sizes may vary from window to window. Record measurements in total number of inches rather than feet and inches. There's less possibility of making an error by recording 49 inches rather than 4 foot 1 inch. Take measurements in 3 places horizontally and 3 places vertically. This will allow you to determine if the window is perfectly proportioned. Decide if you want to install your blind or shade inside or outside the window frame. For an inside mount, the window casing must be at least 1 1/2 inches deep for a 1-inch head rail and at least 2 1/2 inches deep for a 2-inch head rail. The 3 horizontal measurements cannot deviate more than 1/2 inch from each other. If there's too much deviation in the width measurements, an outside mount is strongly recommended. Here's the way to measure a window for an outside mount. For the width, measure where the headrail will be installed. The headrail must overlap the window by 1 1/2 inches on each side if molding exists, or by 3 inches on each side where there is no molding. Length. If there is molding, measure from where the top of the headrail will be installed above the molding. Length. If there is no molding, allow 4 inches above the window for the headrail. Measure to the sill or floor and deduct 1/2 inch for clearance for floor-length blinds. Here's a tip. Never drive a screw into a window or door frame, as the frame is nailed and may come away from the wall. Here's the way to measure a window for an inside mount. For the depth, the casing must be at least 1 1/2 inches deep for a 1-inch head rail and at least 2 1/2 inches deep for a 2-inch head rail. For the width, measure the exact distance between the insides of the frame. Take 3 measurements: top, middle, and bottom, and use the smallest measurement. For the length, measure from inside the casing from left to right. Again, take 3 measurements: left, middle, and right, and use the smallest measurement. Then choose the length that is closest for each window from the available sizes.